Hello everyone, my name is Ian Campbell. I'm starting my 5th year here at Notre Dame in quantitative psychology. I'm really looking forward to completing my dissertation and getting out soon, getting to join the real world finally. And one thing that I really did intentionally to help prepare me for my postgraduate career was participate in this EL STEM program. I really wanted to work on some of the more important soft professional skills that you don't necessarily get in the lab, such as emotional intelligence, ethical decision making, and really helped me build a network of colleagues and friends across departments. And those were 3 goals I was able to accomplish here with EL STEM, so that was a great experience. One of the things we did in the EL STEM program was we read several books on leadership skills and practices. And one of the lessons from these books that really stuck with me over the year was this idea that leaders think about the future. And while that might be pretty basic, a leader is leading you, he should have a plan on where he's going to lead you. This idea that you need to occasionally stop, take some time, and intentionally think about where are we going, where do I want to be in 6 months, where do I want to be in a year, where do I want to be in 3 to 5 years. This was a really important concept for me to grasp. I feel like as graduate students, it's pretty easy to fall into the trap of just kind of focusing on your current research project. You just, I got to get this research project done, this paper done, and I'll think about the next paper after that. But really getting the most out of graduate school means pursuing professional development training and learning specialized skills outside the lab, such as we've been doing here at EL STEM. So it's been a great complement to my technical training. Planning for the future, I think, takes on a really special role when you're a leader, because not only are you responsible for your own future and your own development, you become responsible for the long-term health and development of the organization you're leading, of the members of that organization, and of the people whom your organization serves. And so this idea of intentionally and strategically planning for the future was a really integral part of my EL STEM practicum experience. For my practicum, I expanded my role as a fellowship consultant for Notre Dame's Graduate School Office of Grants and Fellowships. I had been a normal fellowship consultant for about 1.5 years, and then I went to my boss, Dr. Samantha Lee, who's the director of the program, and I told her that I would like to take on a greater leadership role in the office. I told Sam I wanted to do more to increase the services that our office provides to our Notre Dame students, and I also wanted to do more to help my fellow consultants, many of whom were just recently hired and were about to start on the job. And so by asking for a leadership role, Samantha gave me one, which was great, and I became the inaugural senior fellowship consultant for the Office of Grants and Fellowships. So this was a new title, a new position, and in the beginning it wasn't really clear what my job was. But we kind of stuck with some easy tasks to start with. We focused on some very straightforward, accomplishable goals for me. For instance, I led a lecture at a workshop series we were doing. I substituted for Sam in a couple of department meetings she couldn't attend, some very basic, straightforward tasks like that. But as time went on, and more importantly, as I became more comfortable in my role as a leader, something which happened thanks to the individual development plan meetings I had with Kate, so as I became more comfortable, I began to initiate more projects for myself. And in particular, I began to start more projects designed to address larger, recurring, big picture problems that our office faces. So to give an example, we had an old scheduling system for students to book appointments with our consultants, and it was fairly inefficient and cumbersome to use. I could tell it was going to get even worse over the coming year as we hired more consultants. So instead of trying to just patch the current system, I helped develop and implement a new scheduling protocol that we now use, which is centralized and run through one account. And it's been very beneficial over the past year as it's streamlined the process for students, and it's also improved the office's ability to coordinate schedules across consultants. To improve our ability to maintain institutional knowledge across a changing roster of fellowship consultants, I developed 2 training sessions, and I established a plan for recurring training that our office is currently using to help keep our current consultants on the same page and also help bring new consultants up to speed faster. To motivate the students we work with to start their applications early and to encourage students to participate more in our workshops that our office runs, I proposed and wrote the initial plan to create the new Notre Dame National Fellowship Research Award, which is a professional development grant that is funded by the graduate school and is used to encourage students to participate in our workshops, and actually gives them the chance to work on their application early and have a meaningful deadline that they can win some professional development funds for. So throughout my time as the senior fellowship consultant this past year, I've really relied on the skills that I learned in EL STEM. Some of the more meaningful skills that kept coming up were the workshop we did on emotional intelligence and how it's important to consider all the aspects of emotional intelligence when relating to people in the workplace. The DISC assessment was also incredibly useful. And the DISC assessment is a paradigm for really understanding the different work style personalities and relationships people have when they're working on projects together. It really helps improve your communication as a team. So being able to use these tools that we learned in our leadership training and in our books we were reading, and then see them in practice and implement them in the practicum experience is a really rewarding aspect of this program. This program is really nice because not only do you learn the theory, you then get to use it and implement it, and John and Kate will guide you and mentor you throughout the process of implementing the skills you learn. So in closing, I would like to say that EL STEM pushed me to take on more leadership roles, and it taught me the importance of planning for the future while leading in the present. Also, thank you again to John and Kate and Mark for all the work you did to help run this program. It's been a great experience.